Yeah, we two different kind of people, bitch. Even the Google don't even respect you. You got me. He would get nothing but bitch smoke. I would be too busy cussing him out to even speak of Beyonce's name.
Into a situation expecting someone to play you or to diss you or to act a fool in the process. But if in fact that does happen, how then does the artist, for example, protect himself even?
Well, I can't be played. A person trying to play me plays themselves.
Keep on running. I'm running from unhappiness. No place to go but towards the end. 'Cause I'm not impressed with the messages sent by those claiming they know me.
It's a shame that every headline is, Taqoya Branscomb wants Beyonce to meet her new sister. What about the rest of the family? This is why y'all weird too. Y'all all weird. It's given stunt. It's given we thought we hit a lick. It's given weird, obsessed vibes. So if I would hate this. This is not my baby brother. This is not my baby sister. This is my child's children. Illegitimate. I have one sister. Yeah, I get it. Again, but and then like, bitch, I got a whole other sister over here. Like, you're not gonna play my sister like she ain't shit. Like, I want to meet Beyonce. What about Solange? You want to meet? They don't want to meet Solange. That's crazy. I wouldn't claim him either at this point. But Matthew's wrong, and they should be at least financially provided for. This is disgusting. Google don't even got you listed as one of his. This is embarrassing. This is, again, you just a further drilling. You gonna keep digging the hole, huh? I would have went into obscurity once I realized he was trash and was gonna do my kid like this. I would just get to the bag and mind my business, and it would be on a need to know basis, or it would have died down. We wouldn't have cared that you were his illegitimate child. But y'all keep bringing Beyonce's name into this. Y'all keep bringing up Solange. Like, that's irritating. And it's disgusting, because if Beyonce wasn't Beyonce, playing victim and a villain at the same time, we wouldn't be here. And stop having children by married men. Again, that you can say that. However, that's implying that if they were married, these bandits are still walking away from children. So that doesn't make a difference that he was married. That's separate. Again, parenting needs to be separate from paternal relationships. That's why I don't think that you should be having kids with the person you so-called love and in a romance with. No. Keep that shit separate. That way you have the best chances of raising a healthy child in a productive environment. Because you ain't... What do you got to argue about? I mean, you may have arguments, but it won't be nothing serious. It won't be nothing like you cheated on me or I don't love you no more. No. We went into this just to have kids together, or a kid together. But it was never about romance. I don't want to be... y'all lack maturity. Y'all say y'all can do shit, y'all don't. Look at the data. Look at the outcomes. Fuck my opinion. Fuck your opinion. What does the outcomes look like? So I just thought, okay, let's remove the middleman, i.e., relationships and romance. And if we decide to be parents, that's great, because that's all we got to. That's all you are to me. I'm a great mother. You're a great father. Drama solved. There's no love involved in that shit. But stop saying him being married is irrelevant, because I know plenty of guys who the moment they no longer have access to that mother or that woman, then the child is fuck the kid too. So the marital status is irrelevant. That was his MO regardless. And instead of making it stop having children by married men, it needs to be stop having children that you can't afford as a woman. Because at the end of the day, you should never be in a situation where you need his help or you feel like he's, because whether he show up or not is irrelevant to you. It should be it shouldn't matter. And if it does matter, then you shouldn't. You see what this looks like. Abusive relationship, staying longer than you should have. You're miserable inside. You don't want to be with him, but he's a provider. Provide for yourself. And if you can't afford being a mother, then fine. Being a mother just isn't something you need to become. And if you are against abortions, if you are against, birth control, or maybe you don't want to take it, or condoms, whatever, then you should, invest in some toys or change how you have sex. But again, there's ways to avoid being in this situation, and you're left holding the bag, and your child, more importantly, is left holding the bag. Can you imagine looking up your father's name on Google and you not even listed as one of his children, but his two famous kids are? And for some reason, I think marriage for a lot of people is a formality. Because if you look at something, I just noticed something. She was fighting for child support through whatever years. And on Google, it says him and Tina got divorced after 31 years, 1980 to 2011. And not even 2 years later, he's married to some other hoe, Gena Charmaine Avery. Neither one of them is the two baby mamas he had. So Gena Avery, I got smoke for you. What woman is with a male, who is not involved in all his children's lives? Because at the end of the day, every perspective is going to alternate depending on who we're talking about. So if I'm Gena Avery and I'm a single woman and Matthew Knowles is approaching me, dude, you cheated on your first wife after 31 years. You had 2 children on her. And you're giving them women problems. Why would I want to subject myself to you? Like, are you kidding me? I don't care what, because at the end of the day, what do your kids think about you? That's how I'm going to do it. What do your kids have to say about you? And the fact that you can go to sleep at night knowing that you're only giving this woman $1,500, even if you don't want to pay her and you feel like she's getting over. When have we heard about Matthew Knowles going to get full custody of his child? So if you want to say she's a gold digger and just in it for the money, go get custody of your son. Go get custody of your daughter. Make them pay you child support. But to deny them the knowledge you have is fucked up. To deny them a relationship with you is fucked up, but it speaks to your character. So again, I'm a woman, and I know you got all these children, and you don't have a healthy relationship with them. That says a lot about you, not the kids. Most 99.99% of the time. That's a reflection of you as a parent, not the kid. So I wouldn't want nothing to do with nothing short of getting a bag if it was, convenient from you. Other than that, you can mix me with, you ain't gonna have me looking stupid. And I'm pretty sure me what she look like. She's older. They ain't about to have no kids. So, but yeah, what is this infatuation with being married? Yeah, he thought he was gonna milk Beyonce's train, and she wanted to branch out on her own. She entered his life the very best time. Yeah, I'm side-eyeing her too, because again, y'all want this famous. Dude, it's public knowledge. You got an ex-wife you did wrong. You ain't doing right by these kids, regardless to how you feel about their mom, they here. So, at the very minimum, he may not want a relationship with them, which again is still fucked up. If even if I'm Beyonce or Solange or Tina, I mean, I'll be cordial with you. I'm not ignorant, but I wouldn't want to talk to you either. You ain't doing right by these kids. They didn't ask to be here. You fucked up. Why is she on the internet? Why is she even in a position to say that you ain't doing enough and we got all this money? You're making us look bad. Even from a business perspective, y'all should be paying her to keep her quiet because it's gonna cost you less. So it's like, no, Beyonce don't owe her nothing. From a business standpoint, even Tina got money. Shut this hoe up. Y'all have a brand to protect. So, in under regular circumstances, probably no. But because we have so much money, it would be more like a charity tax write-off. And then if I'm Alexandria, bitch, fuck you. I'm not no motherfucking charity. The only motherfucker I have smoke for is Matthew motherfucking Knowles. Gena, I'm looking at you sideways because bitch, you came into all this shit when the daughter left him, the infidelity, 2 bastard children that he ain't doing enough for, that the mom can come on here. Why don't you got custody of your kids and if she's such a bad mother and just wants your money? And why is it wrong that they want money to be taken care of? Now, I don't think they may not be entitled to the lifestyle you live, but they shouldn't be feeling like they whatever. And if they do, why don't you want to be in your son's life? That's your only son. So it's fucked up all around. I couldn't be in relation with as a child, as a friend, as a girlfriend, as a mother, a father. Like if Matthew's parents were alive, I don't give a fuck what she's got going on. You slept with her, so you deal with it. But that kid's going to be well taken care of because you got it. So everyone's perspective is going to be different. But I would never, as Alexandria, I'm not going to be on here begging, talking about I ain't got this, I ain't got that. Fuck him. That would be my attitude. Fuck you. Now, I don't know we don't have all the exact intimate details. I think someone alluded to the fact that they were pillaging money from her. That's why that was one of the things that caused her to fire him as a manager. So it sounded like he was tricking off Beyonce's money on this hoe. And, subsequently now there's a baby involved. But again, the children shouldn't have to suffer. No, they should not expect to have a relationship with Solange and Beyonce. They should have a relationship with their father, and he should be providing enough support for them to be well taken care of, because he has it. And to get his money reduced to $1,500 a month, clearly he knows how to hide assets. Clearly he knows how to move money. So that's a slap in the face. I just would want my child to see his father for who he truly is. And the only thing that would come out of my mouth is vitriol for this man. I wouldn't have anything to say about Solange or Beyonce because it's fuck Matthew Knowles. Now I work, I got my own thing going on, but he's only giving us $1,400 a month. Meanwhile, he's a multi-millionaire. So his name would be slandered. I wouldn't want to do business with a man like Matthew Knowles. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with a man like Matthew Knowles. If you don't take care of your kids, that to me should be the scarlet letter. If it's public knowledge that you ain't shit as a father, I wouldn't want to work with you. I wouldn't want to do business with you. I wouldn't trust you. You're showing me that you're not trustworthy. The circumstances of how these kids arrived is irrelevant once they get here. It's just a slap in the face that you got all that money and she's on here begging for money. That's crazy. Even before they got to the Beyonce money, he had a good job. Both of them had their shit going on. They lived the upper middle class lifestyle before she became Beyonce. So she already was. So he has it in him to take care of. So at the end of the day, you're my child, and the fact that the men pick and choose how they do for their kids is a reflection of that male. So I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of anyone who deals with them at this point. And this isn't even about Matthew. This is about men in general. Y'all know a dude that got a girlfriend right now, and she know he don't do shit for his kids. Bitch, why you laying with him? Your cousin don't take care of his kids. Why you talking to him? I mean, you see him speak, hi, how you doing, and keep it moving, bitch. I don't want to know you. Go talk to your son. Go talk to your daughter. Why don't you call to check on your kids? Why don't you have a relationship with your kids? I want to talk to the kids. That's what. Let me introduce me to your kids. That's who I want to get to know. That's who I want to talk to before I decide if I'm date you or not. Let me talk to your kids for myself. Let me talk to their mom. How has he treated you? That's how you determine that. Your behavior. And he know what he's doing it to spite her and in turn spiting his children, which is why I don't know if it's a male thing or what, but they have no connection to their own children. It's disgusting. If Beyonce wasn't Beyonce and Solange was Solange and Tina was younger and they got this divorce, he would be doing her the exact same way. The exact same way. Once he lost access to Tina, he would have did the bare minimum for his two children. But because they're mega stars, and they're older when all this happened, whatever. But it's the disrespect for me. Hell, at this point, Blue Ivy can cut her a check just to shut her. I mean, the media's wrong comparing them because they're two separate lives. But my attitude, if I'm Alexsandra Wright, I'm a mom. I'm gonna make shit happen and fuck Matthew Knowles. Any woman dealing with him after all this is questionable. Because there's just no way I can respect you as a man and your kids are suffering. I wouldn't want nothing to do with you. I wouldn't trust you as a business person because you're shady. Your character's questionable. You can be mad all you want, but you got her pregnant. That is what it is. Two at that. You got two kids out here that barely know you, if at all, and all you doing is paying the bare minimum child support, and you are trash for that. That's embarrassing. That dollar amount is embarrassing to your name. I'm Matthew motherfucking Knowles, and I can't take care of a kid. Disgusting. And if I felt like she was trying to take advantage of and not get her just due, then I would take custody of my child. Yeah, I fucked up, but I'm gonna raise my kids. We got custody. They visit their mom, but I'm a primary parent because they clearly were trying to get more than what they deserved. I think $12,000 was reasonable. He got it. He don't want to pay her, and that's sad. Yeah, if I'm Beyonce, I wouldn't want you to do with my dad either. I forgive you. It is what it is. My mom forgave you. We cool. Ain't no beef. But I really wouldn't want to fuck with you either because you embarrassed the family. And then on top of that, you're not even taking care of your kids. I can't respect you. I don't respect that at all because at the end of the day, the kids don't ask to be here. It's even more insulting when you have it and you are choosing to not give it. You're trash and you will burn in hell if there is a hell. But I do wish that on you. I wish you to burn in hell. You don't get to birth children, innocent children, and then neglect them. So the only vitriol Alexandra needs to have is for Matthew Knowles. But if I'm Tina, if I'm Solange, if I'm Jules, if I'm Jay-Z, if I'm Blue Ivy, Grandpa, you don't take care of your kids. I got a half uncle out here, and half uncle out here, and he don't got a relationship with you. We over here flying in private helicopters and jets and shit, but they shouldn't be sensationalizing this story. I tried to cover everyone's perspective. Hopefully it makes enough sense so you can piece together. I gotta go eat, but this is disgusting. Fuck Matthew Knowles. Beyonce Knowles doesn't owe you anything. And it's pretty unfortunate that you keep bringing her name up in the public media, or that media publications are comparing your lifestyle to Beyonce's. Excuse me. Of course, this was not my, opinions evolve or perspectives evolve over time. So I believe Matthew was paying her like what, $2,500 or something like that a month in child support. I can see an older Matthew not wanting to be involved. So this is the thing, like when he was with Tina and, he's working at Enron, I believe, and the whole situation around, making his kids a business and quitting and devoting, dedicating himself to that profession and reading up on the industry and being her manager, blah, 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 blah. I don't think he put in his work. It's almost like, I retired, right? My kids are good. They're business women. We've got residual income. Like, I don't need to go out here and hustle and bustle. Unfortunately, you ultimately mismanaged your womb. And this is why I say, we talk about male responsibility and fathers becoming dads and the whole lack of all that. I just feel like the solution is different and you should take back your power. Relying on a man to do something, a boy to... It's just not... You think about it. You get pregnant now, y'all happily married, all this shit. Like, I know someone, they've been married for 16 years. They're going through a divorce. He ain't trying to take care of the kids now, even though he's been doing it for the last 2, decades that they've been together. So you got her, so I just feel like you should, this doesn't help people actively in the situation, but this is what y'all should be teaching young girls. Like, again, I do what you want, obviously, but this whole mindset of trying to vet a guy or having standards, boundaries, and all that shit, that's great, and you should. But when it comes to certain decisions like bearing a child, as the mother, as the female, as the woman, if you don't have your own money, and you don't have the wherewithal mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, if you're not prepared to provide for that child on your own, through your own means, whether it's because the dad is trash or something happens to them, then in my opinion, you should not be a mother. Your motherhood should not be contingent upon whether or not this male shows up as a dad and provides. You give them the power. You have you fighting in court. Thousands of them. Who was that? Somebody famous is going through a divorce or whatever, or something like that. And instead of just figuring out the money, they claim they spent $100,000 just to forensically account. Like, that's crazy to me. This whole Alexandria and the other one. So if one of my parents, particularly my dad, came and said, "Oh, you got a sibling and I cheated on your mom," I'm not going to acquiesce to that. I don't, if I want to, that's fine, but I don't have to. That's not a half sibling that came out of, respect. And even then, it may be just cordial. I may not want to get to know you. You're not my dad's child. And technically we are siblings, half siblings. We share a parent. But that doesn't mean you're entitled to my life. That's just what it is. And let's not pretend like, one, he has more than, Beyonce as a child, so why are you just bringing up Beyonce's name every 5 seconds? Two, I don't know. I know Matthew, I could see him not having a relationship with the children or with you because you blew up his life, even though he's blaming you for his decisions, but whatever. But I do know he's paying child support. What that child support looks like, I don't know. It's given these women's intentions were not pure. And they seen it as, let me blow up the spot and exploit more and more. I would have secured child support for my child if I, whatever. But again, I'm thinking I have to go back to that mindset prior to that. But me today has a whole different message. But she's talking about her child this and child that. Okay, you blew up your spot. It's hard for bastard children and illegitimate children to be pigeonholed into their lives because they do resent you. And then you've got the girlfriend or the wife or their kids that you're a constant reminder that my dad cheated on my mom and got you pregnant and blew up the spot. Because a lot of women stay, which is crazy to me too. Like a dude will cheat on y'all repeatedly, or hell, once is enough for me. And they stay in the relationship. To each his own. But Matthew doesn't owe you. Excuse me. Now, from a parenting perspective, yeah, I do think that it's weird that someone doesn't want a relationship with their own children, doesn't want to go to the hell and back, to the end of the earth and back for their children. I also live in reality. I can see how it's like, he's going to blame you for cause the public, whatever. I also think that somehow, some way, like he may not be giving you the lifestyle that they have, but I do think he's giving child support. Otherwise, you would be in court because it's an easy win. Like he has the money, you can get child support. So I don't know what he's done to hide his money to make it where you're not getting as much as a lot of these other names. But I know in some capacity he might be heartless and a coward for not having a relationship with these children. But I think financially, even if he didn't want to, I think you secured that. Matter of fact, how much? Okay, so I don't know how old this is, or this was in 2014. Okay, so this is what happened. So he had to pay back pay of $71,000. He was paying her $12,000. She was quiet, and then in 2014, it looks like he asked to reduce it, and it's just under or over 1,500. Wow, $14.96 a month. Yikes. I mean, that's not a lot of money. Alright, so his income's changed. So he's claiming he broke. Now, we all know this man was a smart businessman prior to Beyonce blowing up. He may not be earning what he may have thought he was earning prior to, but please believe Matthew Knowles is not hurting for a meal, is not hurting for money, and could pay more than this $1,500 a month. So again, the type of motherfucker that I am, fuck you. That would be my fucking message to Beyonce and Matthew Knowles and Solange, all them hoes. Fuck you. And what I mean fuck you is Matthew ain't got it. Even the 12 grand was not a lot. When he's talking about Farrah Franklin left $50 million on the table, you know there's that money just doesn't go away. Prior to these cheating allegations and drama, did you ever hear about Matthew and even if he ain't, he got, I'm pretty sure he's got some type of retirement money. He's not hurting for money. So in that capacity, that is, I thought she was getting more than that. That is a slap in the face. So that alone would empower me to say, fuck you. Like, I would blast him every chance I got. Not Beyonce, because at the end of the day, I have to remove myself from this situation and say, these are his kids, this was his wife and his family. They're not entitled, or I'm not expected to have a relationship with them. Why does she love me? She don't even know who you are. So as a mother, I'm not going to put my son through those false expectations. And secondly, I don't want to go to court. But you are making it known that this is your child. I wouldn't have allowed someone to take a picture of me in front of a foreclosure sign, or just comparing my life to someone else's life. That Beyonce's lifestyle is not entitled to her half sibling she doesn't even know. Why would she love you? That's where Alexsandra got it fucked up. Like, bitch, they don't owe you anything. The only person who owes you something is Matthew Knowles, not any of his children or his ex-wife. Why do you think Beyonce cut ties with him? She probably respects him and, that's her dad. She love him. But the cheating drama, the misappropriated funds drama, the whole drama around just whatever he was doing. And, again, he ain't getting the Beyonce money no more. He ain't getting that 30% that he was just getting. She got her own team now. He getting DC money, whatever that's doing. He ain't getting no money, and he probably plans to live X amount of years. So he got his invest. He knew how to move his shit. And it's to spite you, which is why, the mothers I know would say, okay, I'm going to go out here and get it myself and fuck this nigga. And I don't even say that anymore. So that's how I feel. Fuck him. So, I'm not going to be on here. I mean, he's paying something. I mean, it ain't shit. But between that and her working, I don't know why. Again, it may not be the lifestyle you think you are deserving, or the lifestyle you feel But there's a lot of mothers who wish they were getting $1,500 a month from their child's father. But the simple fact that you keep bringing up Beyonce's name, and the simple fact that you keep allowing them to use you in this capacity says a lot about your character. And knowing him that intimately, knowing what kind of fuck person he is, you should have been the one protecting and shielding your child as much as possible. You coming on here and begging and all this other shit, bringing up Beyonce's name, you're making it a spectacle. You're making it worse than what it is. I wouldn't want my child to I would teach my child early self-respect and dignity. You don't beg nobody for shit. Fuck them. Now I'm gonna get my money because that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm talking about relationship-wise. If he don't want to be in your life, fuck him. We all know Matthew Knowles can afford to pay more than $1,493. That ain't shit. And he probably got it on auto withdrawal. His ticket to wherever he went to see his daughter performing overseas was more than $400. Like I think that's, like I said, if anything, I'm blasting him. I'm not blasting his sibling, his children. And also, because if I'm Beyonce, why are you bringing up my name? I'm not. Even if I wanted to silently help you, even though fuck you, you made your bed, now you delaying it. So, but Matthew, so this whole entitlement of you know, having you would think, oh, Beyonce, he did this for Beyonce. Yes, Matthew Knowles had college education, had a good job, he was smart, he was business oriented, he had, business acumen. That's definitely helped him navigate the music industry. But Beyonce being Beyonce has a lot to do with things that your children don't have. Aesthetically, and this isn't me saying it, this is just what, look at her group members. Look at success is relative, yes, but it's the same reason why you can have a certain complexion, look a certain way, and have mediocre to no talent and still make something in this world, versus your more articulate, talented. It just really, it's a fine sword. You've got your undeniable, this is a great talent, they're going to win regardless. Then you got your mediocre, she look good, or this is working in her favor, so she's going to market it. Anyways, I wouldn't want my child to be in a comparison light of their superstar sibling, half sibling. I don't even know, how did he find out? What adult told him that? He didn't come into this knowledge on his own. I would not want to set my kid up for that, because it's like, in his mind, he may think, oh, this is my sister. And yeah, technically it's your half sister, but it's not your sister because you don't know her. She don't know you, and she don't want to know you. I wouldn't necessarily want to know the person. That's a constant reminder. And I think that's why some women, they'll take you cheating on them, beating their ass. But if you get a kid, now it's like, okay, I'm going to see this kid every day, or they can't handle it. But I'm thinking Matthew, he done worked his whole life. He said, shit, I don't want to raise these kids. He probably chose something similar to that effect. Like, I'm old. I don't care. I don't want these kids, and y'all still chose to have them, which is, your choice. And that's probably why you're getting the bare minimum. It's crazy because at the end of the day, yes, I am holding Matthew accountable. He should have kept his dick in his pants. And at the end of the day, a kid was produced. Okay, whether it's you contracting an STD, STI, spiritual or sexual, or pregnancy, these are the risks you take when you have sex. So regardless of how you told her, at the end of the day, it does say something about the male species, particularly black males, when they can just walk away from their kids like nothing happened. I mean, there's something ungodly, there's something unspiritual about that. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter what that female, what that woman, what that mother did or did not do. This is your child. I don't know how I could sleep not knowing that my kid ain't taken care of. There's just nothing, like there's no person, no court system. You want to see me fight? Tell me I can't see my child. But I wouldn't even let it get to that point. I wouldn't even be in that position. If I'm struggling, we're struggling together. But I'm not going to be... It's like this is not a quid pro quo with a parent-child. I think a lot of parents get that confused. You created this person. They didn't sit down and say, okay, I'll make you, you make me. No, you put them here. And people have this magical, fictitious, oh, you're 18. No, you're not grown. What have you done? First of all, a lot of y'all put too much blind faith in K through 12 raising your children. What are you doing to prepare your child for this world? Are you giving them homework assignments? Are you checking their grades? I don't think kids need to have cell phones or smartphones under the age of 18 or social media. You can have a phone for emergencies and texting and phone calls, but that's it. What you need to be on Facebook for? What you need to be on these apps for and games? You're at school to learn. I'm seeing 5th graders with iPhone Pros. What do you need that for? There's no learning being done. There's nothing taking place. But this is what y'all want to... manage your wombs better. A relationship should be a bonus. It's just too many variables to take into play, and at the end of the day, you want to always have a power to walk away. As far as marriage is concerned, the benefits of marriage can be given to you with a notary and a will, a deed, power of attorney, whatever you feel you get from marriage. When I see so many people going through all this hell to leave somebody that it didn't take to get with this motherfucker, nah, I'm good on the marriage. You want to give me a house? Deed it to me. Believe it in your will. Let's open a bank account. Put money. Everything y'all claim y'all get from these marriages. I actually saw a post recently. Some lady was like, she was married and went to the bank, but she couldn't even access the account. So some of these benefits I think have changed due to the laws. Like beforehand, earlier, years ago, you could go to the bank and just deposit cash. All you needed was an account number. Now they want your ID and shit. Like, it's just never just... shit's changed. But these oops, I'm pregnant is stupid. Jobs don't pay y'all shit. You have no education. You have no lived experiences, but you think you can be a mother at the age of 17. That should not be the norm. That should not be acceptable. We should not be celebrating that. No. But yeah, Matthew ain't gonna be involved in the kid's life, and that's just, you know, speaks to their demonic character. He can't say it's a reminder because you did it. And I'm speculating he doesn't see the child. I mean, why would he? That's crazy to me. To know you got a whole kid, 2 kids out here that you don't got nothing to do with, but you give them a little measly $1,500 a month. And I wouldn't want my daughter to have this false expectation that, you know, trying to make her a single, whatever. Beautiful little girl. He makes some beautiful girls. I just don't care to. I just wouldn't want to set my child up for failure or success, or again, because if Beyonce was a nobody and Matthew Knowles was just some high level C, she wouldn't be. They would not be crying about sibling. But because Beyonce's such a star, that's the name they keep in their mouth. So I'm already questioning your motives, because bitch, quit bringing her name, but she ain't got shit to do with this. She don't owe you a motherfucking thing. Now, from a business perspective, she made, hell, even Tina got money. But the problem is they both of them know Matthew got money. So it's like, damn, bitch, you really played yourself. You really thought that you was going to come up and guilt him or sue him into whatever, and she fired him. He legally found a way to hide his assets and make it seem like he could only afford $1,500 a month. So to me, that's a slap in the face. But again, that would empower me to. The only thing the magazines would get from me is saying, fuck Matthew Knowles. That's the only thing they would get from me. That's all I wouldn't even be. Who is Beyonce? I don't know her. Fuck Matthew Knowles. He's giving my child a measly $1,500 a month. But that's alright. We're going to do what we got to do. That'll be my attitude. We're going to be alright. I'm not going to be on new begging. I'm living in a mobile home. Fuck all that. And then we don't know her. I don't know her full details, but again, she's not innocent. These mothers are not innocent. The living situations, you know, again, he ain't paying you a lot, but it's something that can get you a little 2-bedroom apartment somewhere, and you should have a job, so you should be all right. Again, you may not have the extras, but that's again, it's if anything, that should show your dad ain't shit. He doesn't even want to be involved with you. So, now get your money, absolutely. If you can get your money. He can be a deadbeat bandit all he want, but I'm hitting them pockets. Even if I don't need the money, you know, I'll put the money in for my kids so they have it when they turn 18. But even with that, I wouldn't go too much of a hassle to get it. Like, he trying to play games, but I would get my money. That's about the only thing I would demand from a bandit. Oh, you think you can walk away? Okay. I'm hit them pockets. And now you can see the child when I tell you to. Parenting, again, it's not about this 2-parent household bullshit. I know people who have both their mom and dad and they trash. So it's not about this automatic formula. Oh, you got both mom and dad, you're going to be successful. No. It's the quality of who's raising you, whether it's your auntie, your grandma, your uncle, whoever that parenting figure is for you, that village, that's the determining factor, the quality of your upbringing. This culture bullshit, deflecting, it's cowardly to me. You do fuck shit because you a fuck person. How many songs have we heard growing up about, violence and drugs? I ain't heard doing that dumb shit. So I think the overall answer to a lot of worldly problems and things like that, I think there's an X factor, there's a gene, there's something bestowed upon certain people at birth that some people have and some people don't. And they'll never get it. Like, they're just born with something. You can call it intelligence, I don't know. But the amount is paltry. But again, at the end of the day, he's paying you something. I will make it work, and I'll mind my business and accept the bed that I laid in. But expecting this man to show up for your children like he did Beyonce and Solange was foolish. And again, shame on him. He ain't shit. That's your son at the end of the day. That's your daughter. They should know who their father is. And because it was a cheatation pregnancy, it wasn't like they broke up happily or amicably. And then he later went on and had new children. That becomes more of a, oh, okay, if we're on good terms and you respected my mom and respected us, I might want to meet the half sibling. If we have a relationship, at some point I would meet them, but expecting us to all be a family is a reach. And I don't feel the half siblings are obligated to that. And quiet as it's kept, Solange might have been the one if you were looking for some help. Solange, even though she's feisty, she may have related to you in some capacity. And I think if you were on it, like you thought you were going to come up when you were getting that 12 bands a month, and he lowered it to less than that, and your lifestyle had to change. I think you also overinflated the relationship as far as putting Beyonce's name into everything and putting the burden of saying, oh, Beyonce, your sister, Beyonce, your sister, Beyonce, your sister, when you could have just said, no, Matthew, your father.
The trunk stay locked. Glock on cock. The block stay hot.
Break it down. Here we go, my friend.